So let's move to the article. Greece allows a 6-day work week. Greece's pro-business government says the 6-day work week is a growth-oriented measure necessary because of a shrinking population and a shortage of skilled workers. No, you just have a bad economy. That's what I'm gonna say. So people now will be required to work even on Saturday or on Sunday. Well, sometimes you even are forced to work on Sunday if you have the night shifts and your shift starts at 10 p.m. or something like that. But no, this is definitely not. I do not like this. This is not nice at all. Pro-business government, huh? Yeah, the pro-business government that is going to probably indebt them even more. And yeah, the population shrinking is an issue. And you know why is this an issue? Because your governments are completely incompetent idiots who were not able to construct a functioning economy that would be flexible and elastic against any sort of variables of your own population. So, for example, when your population would have a much weaker years, the economy would adjust automatically, and you would not need to do things like this. Because I mean, come on, 6 days work a week, come on, where do they think we are in? Last centuries? No, it's 21st century, for fuck's sake. Come up with anything. Companies around the world may be toying with the idea of introducing shorter working weeks, but workers in Greece have been told they may now work a 6-day a week. This unusual move is now aimed at increasing productivity. After Greece's economic growth outpaced that of other European countries, the country once at the center of the continent's worst financial crisis has reversed course again, introducing a 48-hour work week. The measure, which unions call barbaric, will be implemented from Monday. It doesn't make any sense, that Akis Sotiropoulos, a member of the executive committee of the ADD Civil Servants Union, when almost every other civilized country imposes a 4-day working week, Greece chooses to go in the opposite direction. The pro-business government of Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis says the initiative was necessary because of a shrinking population and a shortage of skilled workers. Oh yeah, so you're going to overwork your current workers even more to make up for the deficit. Oh yeah, that's a great strategy. Really healthy. And yeah, you will have so many conservatives saying people back in the day were working much more. They were working way more hours. Yeah, back in the day. Now we are in the 21st century. You know what we were doing back in the day? Slavery. Yeah, so shut the fuck up, stupid morons. Before announcing the law, part of a broader labor law passed last year, Mitsotakis described projected demographics change as a ticking time bomb. Around 500,000 mostly young, educated Greeks are thought to have emigrated since the near decade-long debt crisis erupted. Yeah, not surprising, the Greeks were extremely indebted and the European Union was sending a lot of money there to prevent a collapse. Obviously, a lot of people emigrated. Not surprising, I would also want to get the fuck away, get the fuck out of that messy shit. According to officials, the 6-day scheme applies only to private companies. Okay, that's pretty much. I'm private company, you mean? So the companies that are owned by corporations will still have 5-day week, or I'm not quite sure what does this mean. Providing round-the-clock services. As part of the extended work weeks, Workers in selected industries and manufacturing companies have the option of working an extra 2 hours a day or an extra 8 hours for which they are paid a 40% bonus to their daily wages. They already have that in any other country to get these bonuses. They're gonna make it mandatory eventually. Both options should solve the problem of workers not being paid for overtime and also combat the problem of the shadow economy. Okay, so they were not getting paid extra for overtimes. In our country, it is a must, it is mandatory by the government that you have to pay your workers an extra bonus if they do overtimes or if they overwork. Oh, yeah, overtime, sorry. The core of this legislation is worker-friendly. It is deeply growth-oriented, Mitsotakis said before the Greek parliament approved the law, and it will bring Greece into line with the rest of Europe. But the backlash has been strong. In a country with almost no tradition of labor inspection, critics said the reform marks as the end of the 5-day work week because it allows employers to decide whether a 6-day is needed. Oh, indeed. Obviously. Opponents who have already taken to the streets to protest say the reform undermines legal protections and backs away from long-established workers' rights in favor of flexibility. In fact, it has been imposed by a government that is ideologically committed to making greater profits for capital, Sotiropoulos said. Better productivity comes from better working conditions, better quality of life for workers, and that, as we now know, means fewer hours, not more. He said the move was partly possible because the power of unions had also declined, as debt-laden Athens imposed austerity measures to get bailouts during the financial crisis. Unions have long argued that overtime allows employers to avoid hiring more workers. 4-day work weeks have been repeatedly shown to increase productivity, with researchers attributing the results to increased focus. In 2022, Belgium legalized the right for workers to split their working week from 4 days to 5, and various pilot projects have been carried out in countries such as the UK, Germany, Japan, South Africa and Canada. One problem with that is when you are working in a manufacturer country, basically manual labor, then you are expected to make a lot of parts for other machinery, vehicles and such. If you work 20, you have quotas to fulfill on your shift. Basically, your employers also have a list that pretty much checks how much percentage of expected percentage you did. And if you're gonna cut it by 20%, then it doesn't really matter if you're going to feel much better, you're still going to make about 20% less. I mean, in the labor industry, like in the labor manufacturers, it is not really the best, and also their wages would get cut more, and usually people that work there don't have that much money to begin with. So yeah, this 4 weeks 4 days per week really probably is going to benefit the. And I do not want to say the administrative wing the most, or basically people who works in the office. And good portion of them are even nowadays work from a home office to begin with. Greeks already work in the longest hours in Europe, clocking an average of 41 hours a week according to Eurostat. The EU Statistic Office, although studies have shown they are paid far less. The left-wing opposition has often criticized the so-called Bulgarian wages in a country with British prices. According to them, this phenomenon has only exacerbated the brain drain. Retirees who are also encouraged to work under the law have also been part of the debate. What the government is essentially saying is go and work longer. We look at it even if you're retired, said Grigoris Kalomoris, head of a retired teachers union, PESEC. The government knows that most Greeks with an average monthly salary of 900 euros can only last until the 20th of the month. This latest barbaric measure does not solve the fundamental issue of labor shortages, and many of us feel that it is very unfair to the unemployed young Greeks who may never get a job. Wait, what? So they don't even have enough money for an entire month, you're saying? So basically, that's almost mandatory that you find yourself a partner in Greece, otherwise you're not going to survive, basically. You're telling me. Or you're gonna have to go some weeks without, some days without food. Yep, that seems like a working economy to me. And working 6 days, I'm gonna take a sip of water, then I'm gonna do math. Okay, so let's say a month has 5 weeks usually. So let's say 10 days off. It's like 20 days of work. Let's 20 to 21. If we divide 900 euros by 20, we're gonna get about, let's see, 20, 40, 45 euros per day? No, sorry. Okay, I'm doing the math. And I'm not good at it. Let's see. 900 divided by 2 is 450. Add another 2, which is deducting another nil, is 45. So they earn 45 euros per day. So even if they were working, okay, I'm overthinking it now. So even if they were working an extra 5 days with an increase to like 40% per, per your shift, basically for your extra shift, if that's how it's supposed to work, that you're gonna get an extra 30 or 40%, as they were saying, when you work on Sundays and stuff, that would still mean they would have about it would be closer though, it would be closer obviously. It would be 29 days or so. I mean, this is very hard to say anything, because I mean, if you are fighting for your life, obviously this is going to help you. On the other hand, it is going to drain you, and it is going to drain you constantly. Every week, every month that you continue doing this, you're gonna feel more and more out of your breath, you're gonna feel less like doing anything other, and you will be fighting for your survival. Like, yeah, you're gonna maybe have enough money to sustain now. However, at what cost? Like, you're not gonna have enough time for you. Like, yeah, you're gonna have a free Sunday. What are you going to do on your free Sunday? Like, you're gonna lay in the bed and or maybe do some really basic stuff, because like you're gonna be tired after 6 days of work, or like 5-10 hour days, 10-hour work days. So I don't know, like, this is definitely not going to, how to say, this is not going to motivate any young Greeks to go to work. Like, because I mean, yeah, they're gonna work more for getting more money. Yes, that's how it works. You work more, then you earn more. However, there's a price to it, especially in the labor industries and even in the office. If you have a stressful job and you have to make sure everything is in order, otherwise you're gonna get fired, and it has its own sets of consequences you have to deal with. Therefore, I don't know. I mean, obviously, if this is going to save you in any way that you're going to view this positively, obviously. However, for the majority of the population, I'd say this is not really good. This is not good. Well, we'll see how it works in the practice. I don't have much hopes.